Your laptop isn't slow. It's being silently destroyed every day, and most people don't even realize it.
You know that feeling when you find the perfect laptop? It's more than just a piece of tech. It's the one. But what do you do when the one starts to feel old, sluggish, and just not what it used to be? Most of us just assume it's time to shell out for a replacement. But what if you could make it last? Maybe forever? Well, we're going to show you how.
This quote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's not just a tool for getting work done, it becomes this trusted partner for your creativity, your job, how you connect with people. And that's exactly why it feels so tough to even think about letting it go when it starts showing its age.
So yeah, that really is the big question, isn't it? Do you just give up and drop hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars on a new machine? Well, not so fast. There are some really powerful and often surprisingly simple ways to breathe new life into your old laptop, and we're going to walk through them right now.
Okay, first things first, let's talk about hardware. You know, the physical stuff. These are the upgrades that are going to give you that huge, noticeable boost in speed and performance. It's all about making your old friend feel young again.
Now I know exactly what you're thinking. Aren't all the parts in modern laptops impossible to upgrade? And look, it's true, a lot of manufacturers are soldering things like RAM right onto the main board. But you would be absolutely shocked how many laptops still have parts you can easily swap out. The whole trick is just knowing what to look for.
And finding out is actually pretty simple. First, just flip your laptop over and find the exact model number. Then, a quick Google search for that number plus, let's say, RAM upgrade will almost always lead you to amazing repair guides from places like iFixit. And they'll have lists of compatible parts. It's really just about doing a tiny bit of homework up front.
So when you actually look at a stick of RAM, you'll see this long string of letters and numbers, something like DDR31600. Honestly, it looks like complete gibberish, and that's okay. You can treat it that way. The only thing that really matters is that the gibberish on your new part is an exact match for the gibberish on the old one. Just think of it like a matching game, not some big engineering final exam.
Okay, listen up. If you only do one single upgrade, this has to be it. Swapping out an old mechanical spinning hard drive, that's an HDD, for a modern solid-state drive, or SSD, is the biggest performance jump you can possibly get. Seriously. An SSD has no moving parts, so the difference is just night and day. Your laptop will boot up in seconds, not minutes. Your apps will pop open instantly. The whole system just feels brand new. It's a total game changer. But what happens if you're one of the unlucky ones, and your main storage drive is soldered in and you can't replace it? Well, don't worry, there are still some really clever ways to get around that. So here are two fantastic, super easy solutions. First, if your laptop has an SD card slot, you can buy these high-capacity cards that sit almost perfectly flush with the side of the case. Bam! Instant extra space. The other option is one of those tiny, low-profile USB drives you can just plug into a port and completely forget it's even there. Both these are perfect for offloading big files like your photo collection or music library. Alright, so we've talked about making your laptop faster. Now let's talk about its physical health. Giving your machine a good internal deep clean is like preventative medicine, and it can solve a ton of performance issues before they even get bad. And here's why that cleaning matters so much. Over the years, dust and gunk clog up your laptop's fans and vents. That traps heat, and when a computer gets too hot, it automatically slows everything down to protect itself from damage. So that sluggish performance you're seeing, it might not be because your laptop is old, it could just be that it's running a really high fever. The number one goal here is just to get all that dust out. Once you've got the case open, a can of compressed air is your best friend for clearing out the fans. Now, if you want to go for an even deeper tune-up, you can replace the thermal paste that sits on the processor. It's this stuff that helps transfer heat away, but it gets all dry and crusty over time. A fresh dab can make a huge difference in cooling. Just be careful, it's a delicate operation, so you really want to follow a guide for your specific model. This analogy is just perfect. I mean, what is the point of a portable computer if you have to keep it plugged into the wall all the time? Every battery wears out, that's just a fact of life, but it does not mean your laptop is done for. Replacing a battery is often as simple as taking out a few screws, and it immediately gives your machine its freedom back. And hey, don't forget about the little things that change how your laptop feels to use. You know, a wobbly screen hinge or a couple of busted keys can make the whole computer feel cheap and ready for the trash. But these are often shockingly easy fixes that bring back that solid, like-new feeling and make your laptop a joy to use again. So, hardware is only half the story. Now we're going to dive into the software side of things, a kind of digital refresh that can give you a massive performance boost without you ever having to pick up a single screwdriver. When it comes to software, the basics are still super important.
Stop extra programs from starting up automatically, make sure you have free space on your hard drive, and run a malware scan. But if you want the ultimate digital makeover, the single best thing you can do is back up all your important files and do a complete reinstallation of your operating system. It just wipes away years of digital junk all at once, giving you a perfectly clean slate. But what if your laptop is really, really old? We're talking so old that even a fresh install of Windows or Mac OS can barely run on it. Well, in that case, there's one last secret weapon in our arsenal.
And this is it, a lightweight Linux distribution. Just think of it as a super efficient, bare-bones operating system that's built specifically to run on old, weak hardware. A version like Ubuntu can take a laptop that is totally unusable and make it fast and functional again for things like browsing the web, writing emails, and all those other day-to-day tasks.
And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? This one little software trick can literally rescue a device from the recycling bin. It is the most powerful tool you have for breathing life back into truly ancient hardware, turning a useless, ugly paperweight back into a tool you can actually use.
So, before you decide to give up on that laptop you love so much, just remember that you've got options. With a little bit of care and a few of these clever upgrades, you really can keep your trusted machine running for years to come. It kind of leaves you with one last question. Why would you go buy a whole new story when you can just write a brilliant new chapter for the one you already have?
In the shadow